Good morning, everybody. My name is William Goss, and today we're going to talk a little bit about some Sheffield history. First off, to kind of pinpoint where we are, we're at the intersection of Raleigh Avenue and 10th Street. Behind me here, it's an empty lot now. Try to imagine it was a beautiful home in its time. It was a two-story. Don't ask me to describe or name the actual architecture, but one of those rounded porches. Beautiful home. It was the home site of James Richard Crowe Sr. Some background on Mr. Crowe. Born in Pulaski, Tennessee. Service records show that he did serve with both the 4th Alabama Infantry and the 53rd Tennessee Infantry in the American Civil War. And just kind of piecing in the gaps, we know that he was injured in the left arm at the First Battle of Manassas. That would have had to have been with the 4th Alabama Infantry, as the 53rd Tennessee had not formed yet. Once more, some guesswork. He's probably sent home with this injury, back to Pulaski, recovers, and then would have joined the 53rd Tennessee after recovering. And Mr. Lee Freeman, historian out of Florence, has dug up some information that he actually worked as a purchasing agent for the Confederate government through the remainder of the war. Okay, the war's over, 1865. James returns back to Pulaski, Tennessee. 20 years later, the small town of Sheffield, Alabama is incorporated. He gets word of this. There's a lot of buzz going on about fortunes to be made. He comes to Sheffield, moves his family here, 1885, gets in the real estate business, does very well for himself, becomes one very prominent citizen, even serving 4 years on the Sheffield Board of Education. And kind of a dark spot, what he's probably known for most in history is back in 1865, 6 guys get together, him being one of them, probably a lot of whiskey involved. They come up with their own social club and unfortunately form the first chapter of the Ku Klux Klan. So James Richard Crowe Sr., he makes his fortune in Sheffield, where a lot of people failed and had to move off. He does. He dies right here in 1911 in his home. And the home stands for a very long time. It finally does burn about 15 or 20 years ago. It had been subdivided into apartments at the time of its burning and had actually gone down. They had let the house go down, unfortunately. But we've got a very unique situation right here on the curbside, kind of showing the passage of time. Just a couple of yards from each other, this would have been James Crowe's hitching post. And right down here, we talked about the apartments, still standing is the mailbox for the subdivided apartments in the house. So you're looking between here and here, roughly 125, 130 years of history. Okay folks, I hope you've enjoyed this little dive into Sheffield history today. I hope to do a lot more. It's been my pleasure to do it. And I also want to leave you with a quote that I'm very proud of, and I want to think I came up with it, that it wasn't borrowed from anywhere else, but it goes something like this: history is neither good nor evil. It is neither to be defended or cheered. History simply is. Thank you.